Hello, my name is Marion Macias, and my passion is reading. Reading has always been very important to me. I didn't have a lot growing up. I was a very quiet, antisocial person. So, reading really helped bring me out of my shell. Mainly because, it inspired me to be who I am right now. The books I read were usually fantasy or classical, things of that nature. But I also read horror and sci-fi as well. And you guys know I read manga and comics. So that's a big thing too. Though usually the manga I read is more romance and comedy. And the comics I read are usually more, like action and drama. Which is an odd combination for comics, but yeah, I like it. A lot of the characters that influenced me, because you guys can probably tell when you watch a movie or read a book, there's always those types of characters that stand out to you and you always support for some odd reason. The character that stood out to me like that were usually the hero types. The girls that weren't popular, that weren't nerdy, but, I don't want to say average, but they stood out. They were unique. They were different. They weren't like everyone else. They were creative and outgoing. They stood up for those, like Robin Hood. Characters like that really stood out to me, and I think that's what made me who I am today. Reading also helps me with getting out of frustration. I'm not really good with talking to others, except for maybe one or two people. So reading helps me to just sort out my feelings, because it shows both sides of a situation. There's my point of view, but there's always someone else's point of view as well. And when I read, I just feel like I can see both sides of that coin. Reading doesn't really have anything to do with the occupation I'm pursuing, which is business, but I would like to be a writer as a side job. I think regardless of what occupation I end up doing, I will write as a side because I love writing almost as much as I do reading. But I'd rather read than write. The types of things that I read, can be violent and stuff, but I'm sure you guys know how that is. So, yeah.